What's up, everybody? It's VCell0812 at Millie Chaser DFS. We have a UFC card today, UFC Perth, Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes. Not a lot of name value on this card, but it's a very fun card. A lot of fights expected to finish. We lost one that I was looking forward to, but it's still a fun card nonetheless. We're going to get right into it here with Luma Lukbumi versus Alexia Tayanara. She looks like a bully. She looks very strong, very physical, very aggressive. We saw what she did to Molly McCann, first round submission. Molly McCann's not great on the ground, not great in general, but Alexia looked very ferocious that fight. Luma Lukbumi, very small, very technical Muay Thai girl. She can wrestle as well, but she's not as good off her back. And I think the size is going to come into play here. Alexia, I think, is going to be able to just grapple, push her up against the cage, take her down, beat her up. I think she'll score well at 9,200. Luma, 7K is a good price for her because of the way she fights. I could see Alexia slowing down, but I think this is a really, really bad matchup for Luma Lukbumi. I'm going to be on the Alexia side. I like 9,200 for her. Oban Elliott versus Metcalf got canceled. Brando Pericic, very good striker. He could also wrestle. Sorry about that, everybody. 8,800, UFC newcomer. Pretty good fighter. Versus another UFC newcomer, Alicia Ellison. The Snack Panther, this guy just throws bombs and comes forward, tries to wrestle. He isn't very isn't very experienced in MMA. I believe he was a cop before this. Brando has been kickboxing for a long time, a lot of experience striking, and I think this is a good matchup for him. They're in Australia. I think they're trying to set him up here. 8,800, good price tag. The over-under's under 1.5 is, I believe, minus 120. I like that. So I like Pericic for the DFS side. Luana Carolina, pretty good fighter. I think she's being underrated here. 7,200. She's coming off 3 wins in a row. Not the best. Lucy Podolova is a pretty good win. Julia Stolyarenko knocked her out and beat Luana. I think that's Petrovic. Luana Petrovic. Lost to Joanne Wood. Lost to Molly McCann. Not a good loss there. But it was a spinning elbow, if you guys remember that. That was kind of the rise of Molly McCann. Versus Montague. I don't know how to say it. Another UFC newcomer. I think this girl's coming from the PFL. She is a wrestler. Really good on top. Very aggressive. But she also throws bombs. And she closes distance well. Luana likes to stay at range and pick you apart. She could submit you on the ground, so she has to be careful shooting the takedowns here. I think this could be closer than the cards would say. 9K is a lot, but if she gets the wrestling going, you know how DFS scores. I think you can play both sides of this, but I'm going to be on the Montague side, or Montague. Josias Musasa got knocked out by Carlos Vera. I know it wasn't a knockout, but he got head kicked, dropped, and then submitted. That's just such a bad loss. It's going to be hard to trust a guy like this, the KO Wizard. Coming in, he was supposed to be a beast, 9,400, big-time favorite. It's just the way that he lost there. There's no shame in getting submitted by Carlos Vera because he's such a good grappler. But, oh man, that's a rough look. Versus Kobe Thickness. Kobe fought Topuria's brother, Alex Topuria. And I think he's a good fighter. He trains with Alexander Volkanovski. He's going to be the favorite. He's going to be the underdog here. But as far as Australia goes, he's going to be the crowd favorite. The crowd's going to be on his side. Musasa could be... he's an aggressive guy, but if you take the aggression away after a knockout, I know it wasn't a knockout loss, but it was a knockout. The way he got rocked was It looked awful. I'm going to be on the Colby Thickness side. He likes to get the wrestling going. I think Musasa could slow down. Maybe he's more patient here. He's going to be the better striker. But I think Colby's well trained, and I think he's going to be able to get in his face and pressure this guy. And then if he gets him down, I think he's going to be able to submit him. So I'm on the Thickness side. I understand the Musasa play. The guy hits very hard. And this is the only fight left we have in that like 8,200, 8K, 83.79 range. The rest of them got canceled. Rolando Bedoya, we overrated him. Well, I did because of his loss to Chaos Williams. I overrate Chaos Williams at this point. Lost to Jai Herbert. No shame there. Jai Herbert's a pretty good fighter, but still. I think that's Sung Kanan. He lands a lot of strikes, but he's just not that good. Jamie Malarkey has been in the UFC for a long time. Jamie Malarkey's not that good. Not that great anywhere, but he's good everywhere. Lost to Rufy, no shame. Got knocked out by Nazrat. Good fighter. Makdessi, he beat. Naimov, he lost to. I believe that's Prado. Yeah, that was a win there. Michael Johnson win. Jamie Malarkey's a good fighter. He has chin issues. Bedoya is not a big power striker. He's more of the volume. If Malarkey gets chinned, I'm never going to be surprised. I like Malarkey's price, 8K here. Bedoya, 8,200. It's also a good price, but I think Jamie could even get the wrestling going here. I think Jamie's a pretty good play. Bedoya also, pick your side on this one. I'm going to be on the Malarkey side. Philly guy next, Andre Petrovsky. Hard to trust, but he's a good fighter. Versus the Contender Series from this season, 3 weeks ago. Cam Ralston. The Battle Giraffe, tall striker, but he also shoots takedowns. If he grapples here, he's going to be in trouble. Petrovsky's just going to be so much bigger and more physical than him. Cam's probably the better striker. Petrovsky probably has more power. Petrovsky has chin issues, I guess, because he knocked himself out and he got absolutely destroyed from Michel Pereira. But Petrovsky at 8,500. And if it's a Petrovsky fight, he's going to just destroy that salary. Take this guy down and either submit him in the first, or if he can't submit him in the first, it's going to be non-stop takedowns, but I don't think Cam's really going to get up. Or it's going to be Petrovsky on top. Sometimes he lets you down and just doesn't shoot them. He's kind of weird like that. But if it's his fight, he's one of them guys who if he gets on top, you're not really moving and you're getting submitted. He is very good on top. Coming in on short notice, Ralston, I think it's a really hard matchup for him here. I'm going to be on the Petrovsky side, 8,500. Navajo Sterling, supposed to be the truth, but he hasn't had his UFC finish yet. I'm going to be honest here, Bellato is very aggressive, just like Urslan was, just like Tokos was. I think this is a really good matchup for Navajo. I'm not a big Navajo guy, but he can obviously do it. 3 takedowns in his last fight. Paid off his salary when he really shouldn't in the decision with... He had 1 knockdown as well, but he hasn't been very impressive in the UFC so far, but he's still undefeated. Very, very good striker. Versus Bellato, Rodolfo Bellato. Fight with Paul Craig. No contest because of what happened last fight. Jimmy Crute. Ihor Peteria, he got a win against. I like Ihor Peteria. But I'm going to be on the Navajo side. I think this is a prime Navajo spot, 9,100. There's a lot of people up there like Tayanara, like Montague, I'm sorry if I keep pronouncing it wrong, but who are going to shoot more takedowns than Navajo probably, because I don't think Navajo is going to be looking to wrestle in this fight. Bellato's going to be coming, throwing bombs, trying to get him to the ground. We've seen Navajo getting taken down before, and Bellato's very physical, but I think Navajo's going to be able to just stick and move, and then we've seen Bellato get hurt a lot. And if he hurts Bellato, then he turns it up, and I think he's going to be able to put it on him. I think we're actually going to get Navajo to get a finish, and I think he's more likely to get a finish than either of the other 2 girls that we talked about. The Sutherland versus Taffa fight got canceled. This one's a fun one, really fun. Charlie Campbell against Tom Nolan. They both get after it. Tom Nolan won his fight against Lava, won his fight against, I believe that's Alex Reyes. And Martinez got knocked out by Nicholas Mata. Tom Nolan, 8,600. against Charlie Campbell. Charlie Campbell is a dog. He showed it to us in the Trevor Peak fight. He also knocked out Reyes. Charlie Campbell's going to look to get in his face. Tom Campbell is going to stick and move. I think Tom Campbell hits harder. I think Charlie Campbell's going to be able to put more pressure on him. I like that Charlie Campbell's 70. I like that Charlie Campbell is 7,600. And 8,600 for Tom Nolan in a win probably looks pretty good because maybe he hits him hard and gets a finish. But I'm going to be on the Charlie Campbell side, 7,600. I think he's going to be able to put pressure on him. Maybe get some takedowns, and I think even potentially finish him late. Charlie Campbell just showed that he's a dog. When he was tired in his last fight against Trevor Peak, he continued to move forward. He continued to be aggressive, shooting takedowns. I like Charlie Campbell. I also like Tom Nolan, but I'm going to be on the Campbell side. If you're multi-entering, I'd have a little bit of both. Neil Magny against Jake Matthews. This one, it's... I mean, you should finish Neil Magny. Neil Magny is also so durable. I'm sorry, he's not durable. You just have to leg kick him. Maybe Jake Matthews just leg kicks him. But he's so battle-tested and he's been around for so long. Such a high price tag for Jake Matthews. I like people $500, $600, $700 less than him. So it's hard to get there. Neil Magny is just going to try and hold you against the fence and get control time. Get some takedowns. We've seen him do this before, though. In his last fight, Zaleski dos Santos, 7,400, gets a finish. Then against Mike Malott, 6,900, gets absolutely destroyed the whole fight, and then just turns it around in the blink of an eye and gets a finish. It's just the $6,600 price tag. I'm not playing enough lineups to get there. But I really would, if I'm multi-entering, like a bit of both. Because I could see a world, Jake Matthews is a good fighter. Very good striker. He's good everywhere. I could see him just knowing that you just have to kick his legs. Neil Magny hates being leg kicked at this point in his career. And if he just comes out and just destroys his legs early like other people have, which Jake Matthews, I mean, it's not something he's known for like Jack Jenkins, but I think he could. And it doesn't take somebody who's really known for leg kicking to beat up Neil Magny's legs at this point in his career. So I could see him getting a first-round finish, but I could also see Neil Magny somehow pulling this off. Jake Matthews makes a mistake. Jake Matthews doesn't really slow down, but if he did, and Neil Magny's still there, we've just seen Neil Magny do it before. So I think Jake Matthews wins. I'm like 80% confident, 85% confident, but I don't think I'll be playing either one. Ramon Tavares versus Jack Jenkins. I like both of these guys a lot. Jack Jenkins was supposed to be the truth, and he's not. He's beatable. He's very beatable. We've seen him hurt. We've seen him taken down. But he has nasty leg kicks against a boxer in Ramon Tavares who hits hard. He's a good striker. But he's beatable. He came out. He lost to Davey Grant. Beat Sergey Sadeh. That was a good win. I think that was in Canada too. So now he's coming to Australia. Maybe he could upset the guy. Jack Jenkins is not good enough to be 9,400, but the path of victory is there. Now, Ramon is a southpaw, so I seen breakdown saying it's going to be harder to attack the legs. Jack Jenkins is still going to be looking to attack the legs of a boxer, and I think he's going to be able to. But Ramon hits very hard. There's not going to be many threats of a takedown here for Jack. So I like that. I don't think Ramon's even going to shoot any. But if he gets his legs beat up, maybe he ends up on top. We'll see. I'm going to be on the Jack Jenkins side. I don't think 9,400 is a great price for him because I even think Ramon Tavares is tough enough to battle through the leg kicks. Even though Jack Jenkins has nasty leg kicks, but his leg is going to be banged up here. I think Jack Jenkins gets it done. Next we get Jimmy Crute against Ivan Erslan. I'm sorry. Ivan Erslan is a come-forward, heavy-handed guy who shoots takedowns. He lost to Navo Sterling where he showed toughness. Lost to Jan Kudalaba. Showed toughness. Didn't get finished in either of them. Jimmy Crute has been around the block. He is looking pretty good in his last two. Even the Bellato fight. The Menafield fight, we know what happened there. Jimmy Crute is coming back after he retired, and he's looking good, and he's being way overhyped. I can't trust Jimmy Crute at all at this point. And 8,900, you could see a world where he gets him down and submits him. You could also see a world where he gets knocked out by a guy who's throwing bombs. So I'm going to be more so on the Urslan side for DFS purposes in lineups where you just need a punt. Because I could see a world... I mean, Jimmy Crute's been knocked out so many times. But Jimmy Crute should be able to get him down. I think he's a hard guy. I think he's going to have to work to get him down. And Jimmy Crute doesn't have the best takedowns. But once he gets on top, he's physical, he's dangerous. And I could see Urslan slowing down, but Jimmy Crute slows down as well. It's one of those ones where it's hard to trust either guy. We haven't really seen Urslan get it done yet. Jimmy Crute, we've seen get it done, but it's Jimmy Crute. This one is fun. Carlos Ulberg lost in the UFC to Kennedy. He got finished. Ever since then, he's been really good. But we've seen him hurt. We've seen him tired. And Dom Reyes is just... he just rejuvenated his career. Dom Reyes is that guy. 3 knockouts in a row. And the thing is with Dom Reyes is he is so good. He's technically, in all aspects of MMA, like pound for pound, probably better than like everybody except for Magomed. Like skill-wise, it's just the chin. Dom Reyes is so good. Carlos Ulberg's such a good striker. I could see Dom Reyes coming in and grappling here. I could see him, I think he hits harder than Ulberg. Like a lot harder. I've never seen him tired. The only thing I've seen is Dom Reyes get knocked out. And Ulberg's more, he could hit hard. Don't get me wrong. But he hasn't faced the competition. His best win's Jan Blachowicz, who is Polish power, former champion. It's a good win. He didn't look great in that fight, Ulberg. And Volkan Oezdemir didn't finish either of them. So once he stepped up in competition, he hasn't really been getting these finishes. Best guy he's finished is, sad to say, but probably Nick Negrimiano. That guy was actually pretty good. He got cut, but he was pretty good. That's his best finish, I think. The sub against Daun Jung, but come on. Menafield, I don't really respect. He looked great in that fight, though. Menafield just came out like a bat out of hell, though. Menafield just came out and blitzed forward. No technicality, and Ulberg caught him. I think Dom Reyes could get it done. I don't think this is... Now, I'm not saying Dom Reyes is going to rise all the way to be a champion, but I think he's pound for pound skillful. Like, in terms of skill, better than a lot of these light heavyweights. And as long as his chin holds up, I expect him to win most fights. And I'm not confident in Dom Reyes. You can't be, because we've seen him go on that knockout streak after what happened with John Jones. But $6,900 for instance, like I'm not gonna want to pay $9,300 for Carlos Ulberg if I don't think Dom Reyes' chin is. If you still think Dom Reyes' chin is gone, but he's gotten hit with big shots. Like since maybe it's just a confidence thing, and he just comes out and he just stays technical, stays patient, shoots, threatens with takedowns. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get them. I think he will. He's a good wrestler. And then break Carlos Ulberg. It's a big spot for Ulberg. He's fought in Australia before, but the main event in Australia, normally it's Volkanovski, someone like that, main event, and like now it's him. 5 rounds against somebody who they're probably saying is chinny. Like I'm sure Ulberg knows how dangerous Dom Reyes is, and there's some nerves that are going to sit in. Dom Reyes has been there, done that, fought for a belt, should have won a belt. As long as his chin holds up, I really like $6,900 for Dom Reyes. Carlos Ulberg, if you think Reyes' chin is done and you're on the Ulberg side, I get it. $9,300. He should finish him if Reyes has no chin. All right, everybody. Sorry about the little distraction. My brother's home. I'm babysitting today. But we got it done. UFC starts 7 o'clock Eastern. It's a good card. Prelims are good. There's going to be action throughout the card. Thank you to Draftkings for giving us this opportunity. If you would like to sign up using the link in my description, I would really appreciate it. Leave a like. leave a comment. I answer all comments. I answer all questions. If you guys have any questions, you can find me on Twitter, MillyChaserDFS or VCells0812. Thank you again. Thank you for watching. Thank you to DraftKings. Have a great day, everyone.